Hey guys, it's been a long time since I had little Sprinkles here with me, but we're going to try to talk about, you know, Crooked so she can sit over. About, I gotta adjust, baby. About facing your fears. Now, I'm going to use an example from the game last night, and it is mature content, so if, that bothers people, you can tune out. The game was Duck Season, which I talked about yesterday, and I was raving about on the main channel. And as you play these games, you kind of unlock certain endings, and basically, it's just like Duck Hunt was. You sit there and you shoot ducks, and you shoot the dog. And I unlocked a really dark ending, so violence alert. Um, it's late at night, and the dog comes on the screen in like these eerie series of videos. And then the dog says, not says, but it's like in text because it's like 80 style games. Where's your mom? And you turn around because you can, turn anywhere you want VR. And your mom is gone. I'm not going to say how she's gone, but trust me, she ain't going to help you anymore. And you turn back and the dog's like, come face me. And you go to face him, and I did not expect a boss battle. And the first time you face him, he comes up and his eyes are glowing, and he has kind of like these molten fireballs, which are not like cute looking like they are in like old games. And he's throwing them at you, and he's going to destroy the TV, and if he can destroy the TV, he can kill you. Or something. And I was actually kind of scared, and Loki's like, it's okay, stand your ground, and you kill him, and that's not over. He falls into the swamp and he comes back up, and he is a gigantic dog. And again, this isn't cute looking. I was trying to tell myself, oh, he's not so tough, but he's huge, and I'm looking up like this at him because he's that huge. And your shotgun turns to gold, and you have to keep shooting him in the one eye, and trying to avoid the lasers. And you're stuck in position, so it's really scary. And then you go and you're back in your world. But your mom's gone. And you're a little kid. And your game gun is like has like a cool electricity effect going all over it, so you scoop it up into your hand. And you start hearing sounds all around your house, and you start shooting all around your house, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, this dog is running at you with a knife in his hand, and he gonna get you. And luckily, I shot him, and I prevented my own death. And it's like, video games have gotten to the point now where I was actually gonna back up in real life because I was terrified, because there's this dog running at me with a knife, and it's not cute. It's not done cute. It's like a smidge off photorealistic. It's this dog running at you, kind of like a costume mascot character, but somehow it's like the costume itself or something is alive. They haven't like released the lore yet. And he's running at you with the knife that earlier in the story mysteriously disappeared. And it's scary. And then the ending's kind of sad because your mom's gone. You have a photo of your entire family, but your dad's never anywhere in this game, so you got the absentee father syndrome. Unless, like he's passed away or something. And you go to call 911, and then you hang up because you feel they won't believe you. I'm estimating that's what happens. And you pack up your stuff, like a picture of your family and some other stuff, and you hit the road. You run away. And it's terrible because, you would think even a child would know that they're gonna know, like, forensics. But, back in the 80s, maybe kids didn't know this. But, yeah, you run away because you think you're gonna be found responsible or something. Maybe he had other motivations. They don't make it clear, but, he picks up the phone to dial 911 and then puts it down without saying anything. So it was about, facing your fears in a very realistic way, because this dog is very frightening in the game. And I'm not ashamed to say that. It's like the first time you faced Ganon, it was like, oh my god, no. Or those hands that come out of the wall, the first time you saw those things. Yeah, it's designed to be scary. It's designed to make you afraid and make you back down. And you have to, like, stand your ground and fight sometimes. And that's the thing. Like, Loki will teach you to face your fears, and, everybody has their own way of doing it. Sometimes it means, standing and facing your fears head on and fighting them. With the dog, it was quite literal. I either had to fight or die. And, these games being what they are, you're almost like, am I actually going to die? Like, rationally, it's just a video game, and yet it's completely around you, so you're like, oh my god. So, yeah. And, in real life, sometimes we have to face our fears like that, too. I don't mean, like, if you're afraid of heights, like I get vertigo, go out and, like, shoot a tall building or something. It doesn't make sense. But it does mean, like, sometimes the fears that we have built into us from the past, we do have to face them. And, eventually, with repeated facing of them, it's, it does lessen their power over us. It's like, they're finding now that if they bring back soldiers with PTSD, did I get this in the right order? I don't know. But if they play VR for them of battle simulations, now this is done with people with guidance. It doesn't mean, like, I grab some poor soldier and, like, have them play Call of Duty. If they do it with, people that know what they're doing, do it with guidance, it helps lessen the reaction because they're in a safe environment. They no longer have to have that highly tuned reaction, survival reaction, and it's not their fault. I know kids used to be really cruel, and when they knew someone had that, they'd do horrible things to them, like set off firecrackers and stuff like that. And, unless you've been to war, and I've never been to war, but unless you've been to war, you don't know what it's like, so stop bothering people. And it, for other people that have been through PTSD too, it can help you too, because if you've been through a lot of violence in your family or something, I'm sure they're going to expand it. Now, whether or not that's going to work is going to be, time will tell, and they're probably going to need volunteers, because legally you just can't put people through that because it's pretty darn inhumane. But I think it's one of the things, we have to face with Loki, to face our fears. I think it's why a lot of us that love Loki love the horror genre so much. Especially if you've grown up in the 80s and 90s, usually, like, especially like the first Freddy movie and everything, it was all about facing your fears. It was all about facing everything that's going wrong in your life and disempowering that which is making you so fearful. Facing it and being willing to fight. And the fight's not easy. I'm not saying the fight's easy. You guys know I've been going through a lot with Loki about facing my past, and that I haven't liked it. It hasn't been fun, and it hasn't been easy. But as I face those fears, it gets better. And if I have to keep doing it, that's a small price to pay than to live in fear the rest of my life. I'm by no means perfect. There are times you have, like, relapses. It seems like you'll think you're so perfect, and then something will trigger you, and you'll be like, I didn't make any progress at all. But it's a process. It's a process, and it's something that if you do have a lot of fears or phobias in your life from your past, it's something that can be worked on. Now, I'm not a psychologist or psychiatrist, so I can't help you, but it is something we can all work on, and we can all get through. There's no time frame. There's no best way to do it. Different stuff works for everyone. I find video games help me, which is why I'm using a lot of video game references lately, because I kind of flash back to being a kid when I was facing off against a dog, because I was only 8 when the game came out. But, I was cool, because I was like, I'm here with the dog. My dad ain't here now. That's a terrible thing to say about your dead father, but hey, it was the truth. I'm like, I'm here with the dog. It's okay, I'm playing this video game in a binge, and you know, there's no one here to punish me now. I was kind of glad the dad in the game never showed up. I'm like, good, stay away. People that had good fathers don't know what it's like, but if you had a bad father, it's like, yeah, stay away, Dad. We don't need you. Mom and I are okay. And it was very bittersweet. It's kind of like a coming of age game. It actually is, because like you got like the best mom in the world. She went out and she got you this game for a day rental, and you can be playing your games all day long, and mom don't care. She actually wants you to play them and enjoy them. I don't know what the backstory is there. Is it because like the dad's gone, or is it because she's just the best mom in the world? You know, your parents let you play your games, but no parent, rarely did they, here, play your game the entire day, because I know you love these games, and it's like, best mom in the world right there. Because, you know, game systems weren't cheap, and mom looked like she was doing the best she could to raise you herself, and, you know, she goes out and she gets this game for you to play all day, like a Blockbuster video, but they didn't call it that. And, it was so cool. You have this loving mom, but then you have, depending on the ending, sometimes you could get like the good ending. I got that first and nothing bad happened to mom, but in the dark ending you have this really coming of age story, and you're like super young when it happens. But you know, sometimes that's what happens in life. You can be really young and have to come of age and kind of become sprinkles is taking off, kind of become an adult because you know of what happened in your family, and it's not fair and it's not right, but you know, we live through it. We're survivors. If you went through it, you're a survivor, and Loki can certainly help you face those fears. So I know it's kind of like a darker video to do, which is why I have little sprinkles here, but I figured it was kind of a lesson, because so many people, you know, kind of want everything perfect and happy and calm. That's not life for some of us. Some of us never live that life. Some of us are survivors, and our lives are vastly different than other people's lives, and that doesn't make us better or worse. It's just, you know, it means if you're a survivor, your life is very different. And luckily, we have little cutie like Sprinkles to take care of us, but you guys know what I mean. It's not all bad. I'm actually happy I'm a survivor. It makes you tougher than some people, but also makes you look at people that think everything should be sunshine and hearts and puppies. Makes you look at them with utter pity. It's like, really? You didn't grow up in my household. Okay, guys, if you like what you see, like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you later. Bye-bye.